Hello, welcome to yet another cube. I think this is number 102. Um, Interesting pack to be honest. I mean, you have Skullclamp and Recurrent Nightmare in the same pack. It becomes interesting. Like Skullclamp is pretty good, but it forces you to be creature deck. Recurrent Nightmare is pretty good, but it forces you to be creature deck. I think Recurrent Nightmare has a better upside though. Because it's just a really broken card with reanimation effects. Although a lot of people are become the big creatures in this format, I think Recurrent Nightmare is just a really strong card. Skullclamp obviously is fine, but I think Recurrent Nightmare might just be a little bit better. There's also Kiki-Jiki, maybe it wheels, although very unlikely. We're not really looking for cards like Emrakul, we're more looking for cards like Packrat. Cards that can win the game on their own and basically be really strong. There's also Spellskite, which is pretty nice. I think Packrat is good enough. Turn 1 Packrat, turn 2 Packrat into something else is pretty nice. Emrakul, the fact that it reshuffles makes it worse for Recurrent Nightmare because you can only do Recurrent Nightmare as a sorcery. But yeah, I'm gonna go for the Packrats here because it can kill opponents fast enough. Then there's Entomb, definitely want that card. I mean, entombing something into my graveyard and then bringing it back with Recurrent Nightmare seems really good. So definitely want Griselbrand now. Definitely want some really good artifact cards, or I don't know what I really want. We can lower this a bit, though not really that needed. For some reason, the sideboard is a bit smaller display. Now that's card size. Can sorted display. File view, card view, list view. Oh, I see. So you can choose to have them like this, which I have no clue how. What the hell is card view? Oh, that kind of trash. Okay, so Nazumi Grave Robber is pretty good, but I mean, there's Tezzeret again. If you get a Time Vault, I'm definitely playing that again. It's way too strong. Although I don't think blue is necessarily a pretty good color to play Recurrent Nightmare in. Usually want to pair it with green. Though blue does have cards like Sower of Temptation, so maybe you do want it. And Inkwell Leviathan. I think it's better than Grave Robber, Tezzeret that is. If we get more artifacts, then Tezzeret is definitely viable. Plus now the other Tezzeret is also viable, and you know how much I love that card. I have no clue why I love that card, but I mean, turning your mana acceleration into creatures later on in the game is pretty strong, and it's a pretty fast clock as well. But yeah, usually I look for cards like Noble Hierarch in a deck like this, because it does accelerate you, it does help you out, but I think Confident might be better, or Pented Prism, maybe Memory Lapse. Maybe Pented Prism. Noble Hierarch is good though, it is a creature. Elesh would also be really good. Elesh, but white? Nah, no white. Not for now. Like we really still want some really good creature. Una's Prowler is definitely one of them. It does discard creatures out of my hand if I need to. So Una's Prowler it is. Muldrifter versus Ragdos Signet. Muldrifter is okay. It does. Oh, there's survival. What the hell am I talking about? Survival of the fittest. But then we have to play green. And we already have this. Maybe Muldrifter is better. Nah, I think I like survival more. What the hell is this pack? Bunch of trash, basically. Speak Stunted Growth. It's not a creature. Still picking it. Guess Vindicate. Massacre Worm will do. Augur of Bolas does not work. Yavimaya Coast is okay. In case we go green and then need this for blue. So definitely want more creatures, really good ones. Wolfir is one of them. because it is a really big beater. I think I'm gonna put this at the side for now. Like, I don't think I need the blue yet, or that I'll even play it, but we did pick it up. Sower of Temptations versus Wall of Blossoms. I think given that I already committed to green, I think Wall of Blossoms is a bit better. Although Sower I really do like, but drawing extra cards does seem strong. There's no way to tutor for Recurrent Nightmare right now. I still need like big bad creatures. Sundering Titan. Cruiser Brand is obviously the nuts card that we want, but you can't always get what you want, right? Isn't that a song? Like some pretty shitty song. Sung by, I don't know. Like, I even care. Either Vile, no. Grim Lava Monster, no. Falcon Red, I guess, but meh. Entomb, huh? How good is Entomb, to be honest? Like, we need more animation spells. We probably do want the White Splash. If we get a White Splash, you can have him Burrow Rights, which is often played. In green, you know, it does pack a punch. Johnny Goldman is definitely better, although again, not gonna be played. Crater Claws, just the same. It's the red version. So we just only have 5 creatures here. Pack Rat and Una's Power all are good ones, like they're both discard effects. And there's the Tezzeret, by the way. But I mean, there's Ancestral Recall, Life Vein Zombie, Sword of Body and Mind, Unburrow, right? Seriously? So definitely not the Tezzeret, but then it's like, Recall is so good! Recall, then have a bunch of fix for playing it, or Unburrow Rights, fix for the... or Sword of Body and Mind. This is pretty greedy, right? Do I really need to pass a power just to get something stupid like Unburrow Rights or Sword of Body and Mind? Nah. I know that seems... Oh, Sundering Titan is here, definitely slamming that one. Lingering Souls would also be fine if it wheels, but I mean, I can't pass up a Sundering Titan here. It's definitely a card we want. What else? Like, Living Dead would be pretty good for us. Lingering Souls would be pretty nice, but I mean, Sylvan Carrot it would be pretty good, but I don't think I can pass up a Sundering Titan, as I already said. There's Garruk, but there's also Bitter Blossom and Acidic Slime. Bitter Blossom does have some value with Recurring Nightmare, but Acidic Slime is pretty strong. We're probably not gonna get a second effect like this. Hope this wheels, or maybe Bitter Blossom wheels. Maybe Bitter Blossom is just better. It did kill us last time. We killed ourselves. I think we have to pick the Bitter Blossom and hope that wheels. I think Bitter Blossom is a better card. Eureka is pretty trash compared to Fauna Shaman. Fauna Shaman is a creature. It's the same trick as Survival of the Fittest. Definitely want that. Skin Render, Crucible. I guess Skin Render as removal. There's also Avacyn's Pilgrim. Yeah, maybe the Pilgrim, like it accelerates us, and if we then get a Burrow Rights, we can splash it a bit more easily. Still not that sold on the Planted Prism for now, but I mean it does fix for the blue. For now we can get the Ghost. Yeah, we need more blue fix now, due to picking Ancestral Recall. And then you get a Mirror Battlesphere versus Drowned Catacombs, really. There's no way I pass up this card, like this with Recurrent Nightmare is just too good. There's also Eternal Witness, but I think having a Battlesphere is just better. I hope this or this wheels, but very unlikely. Rofellas, huh? Yeah, it's way better than this. Rootbound Garruk sucks. All of these suck for me. I think the best card is Sphinxes, but I can't really pick that, so I don't think I'll play any of these. I'm just gonna hate the Sphinxes. Llanowar Waste, Stoneforge Mystic, Lightbane Zombie. Well, this is our opening pack. I think given my deck, I have to pick up Llanowar Waste over Lightbane Zombie. Although, there's also Nature's Claim. Now I'm a big fan of Fix. Fix that deals me damage apparently. Currently we have no life gain, which does suck a little bit. Like you want probably one card that gets me life gain. And we also don't have a tutor for Recur Nightmare, of course. I don't think it's existent in these colors. So I actually want like a Unburial Rites, but it didn't wheel. Sylvan Caryatid is better than Necrotal, especially given that we can tap it for blue. And then you have like decent cards, but we have to go for the Woodland Cemetery. So we have 3 blue Fix at this point. We definitely want some more, but we also want like some 3 and 4 drops. Yeah, we probably want an equipment. Like Skullclamp would have been huge, by the way. Eureka, huh? Yeah, I don't think I'll play though. Crucible seems better than Life from Loam, although Life from Loam does dredge. Nah, Crucible seems better. I put this, man, when you double click something here, it's automatically okay, like this. Sort by convert mana cost. Meh. Memory Jar versus Bargain. Bargain definitely the better card. Honor Pure will not be played. I remember the first time a friend of mine played Cube with us, and he was a standard and sealed player. Like there's no way he ever played Legacy, so he didn't know any of those cards. And he read this card and he's like, "Skip your draw step. What the hell? This can't be good." And then you're like, yeah, it's pretty good. So there's Channel, but there's also Avenger. As much as I like Channel, I think Avenger is just way better to reanimate. Scalding Tarn doesn't help us, Opposition isn't what we're gonna play. Imperial Seal, Mana Vault, like they're all good cards, but I think Avenger is just a really good creature to reanimate. Or just to cast. Like Channel, sure, we do have 2 targets for it, but meh. I'd rather have an Avenger here. And we'll probably don't play the Bargain. No fix here, so I think Thoughtseize versus Awakening Zone. I think Thoughtseize is good enough to stop my opponent. Show and Tell, not really a card I'm gonna play. I'm not a big fan of Show and Tell. I'll be honest with you, I really am not. So still need 3 cards. Definitely want like 4 drops. It's odd, right? Normally in green you're loaded with 4 drops. In this case I'm not. What was our first pick? Recurrent Nightmare, right? So if I didn't have Recurrent Nightmare, I wouldn't have been black. I would have Skullclamp, and then Bitter Blossom would still be passed to me, I think. Or I opened it even, I don't know. But I'm less likely to pick it, right? Like I started Recurrent Nightmare, I have no card advantage generation. Well, we have Stunted Growth. Ancestor Recall, of course, I mean, that's pretty bonkers as card generation goes. Man, seriously, you're gonna give me an off-color Mox compared to an Underground Sea? And an Elvish Mystic? I have to go for the Mox, right? As much as this fix is good, I think an off-color Mox is still solid. Yeah. Usually want like Moxes anyway. This just counts as a colorless land. Or I might just play it on top of a land, like 17 lands, and still play that. There's Bayou, which I'm immediately looking at. Regrowth doesn't seem that great. I'm gonna go with the Bayou, more fix. I'm a big fan of fix, what can I say? It's good. You want fix in your deck. And Bayou is actually a really good one because it does count as a forest for fellas. There's not much really good cards I can survival for. Like survival just counts for putting cards into my graveyard. And without Recurrent Nightmare, that's gonna be way harder. There's Kozilek, Murderous Cut, Bloodline Keeper. I think we want a Murderous Cut. Although we can tutor for Kozilek, we're very unlikely to be hardcasting it, and we can't really reanimate it. Again, it shuffles itself away. Murderous Cut does seem like a really good card because it's the only removal we have at this point. Troll Ascetic, it is a good 3-drop. It's way better if you have equipment, but I do not, so Troll City it is. At this point we have 23 cards. And then we get Terrastodon. Deranged Hermit doesn't seem that great. I think Venture and Mirabels here already are enough tokens. Garruk is fine, but I think Terrastodon is just a bit better. It does get rid of annoying permanents. Yeah. Time Twister, huh? Plow Under seems like the only card I can ever pick here. I don't know if I'll play any of these two. I think we just want to be, you know, more this kind of deck. I'm not really a fan of these kind of decks in cube formats, in empowered cube formats. Like I'm not a big fan of creature-based decks, especially not if you have like this limited amount of disruption. Ulamog. Again, it reshuffles itself. We could have had 3, like Emrakul and both Kozilek and Ulamog. But I'm not gonna. I'm gonna hate draft like opposition here. Yeah. Surfer Falls does not work for me. Like Edric maybe, but not gonna play it main deck. Bird Alive, not gonna play it. 4 Red Stronghold, nah. Because we're multiple colors, I don't think it's good enough. Might bring it in against something like a control deck, but even then. Heartbeat of the Spring, not gonna play it. If that was Awakening Zone, we might have considered it because it generates tokens. But very unlikely. How greedy is this for me? Play Ancestral with like 3 blue sources. Plus you usually don't wanna use Pented Prism sources that heavily. But I mean Ancestral is just so good, right? We could have had a sword over Ancestral. Like maybe that was better, Sword of Body and Mind. Yeah, I think having a Sword of Body and Mind over Ancestral Recall was better. Then I could play something else over the Pented Prism. But we did what we did, and we gotta keep it this way then. Yeah, especially with Bear Blossom tokens, I think the sword would be way better. We also didn't get Lingering Souls, we didn't get a bunch of cards, so I think this is our main deck, like immediately. I'm just going over cards, like Yoggoth's Bargain is a good card, but I think we want this in against some control decks. Especially given that Bitter Blossom is already gonna do his damage, Thoughtseize is gonna do his damage. There was something else, right? Oh, the 2 pain lands, yeah. So we'll add basic lands, see what it suggests. 7-5. 1, 2, 3. So that's 8, 10. Yeah, okay, that seems fine. Guess I'll add an extra forest here. Probably counted 1 less because I have a Mox, but whatever. I'll submit and I'll see you guys for round 1.